Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mathlete's Corner. Today, we're going to talk about variables and equations. So, we're going to ease into math counts algebra with a fairly easier topic. But before we get started, we have a quick announcement. We are releasing a recommendation form. So, if you have any recommendations or suggestions on a video idea or a problem that you want me to go over, then you can fill out a Google form and I will definitely look into it, and it will be linked in the description below, and it's been added to the about section on the main channel page. So you can take a look at that if you have any suggestions for me. So without further ado, let's get into the first problem for this video. So this is the 2024 State Sprint Problem 3. And the question says the arithmetic mean of 3, -4, 2, 0, 8, and x is 2. What is the value of x? So if you don't know already, the arithmetic mean basically means you add up all the numbers and then you divide by how many numbers are in the set. So in this case, we will add up all of our numbers. And notice here that there are 6 numbers, including x. So we will divide by 6, and we're given that this is equal to 2. Now, in this equation that we've created, we notice that we don't like that there's a fraction. So let's get rid of the fraction by multiplying both sides by 6. Now we can evaluate the left-hand side, and it comes out to 9 plus x, and that's equal to 12, as we had before. Now, of course, we can subtract 9 from both sides, and we get our final answer of x equals 3. So this problem, we really just use the pure definition of arithmetic mean. We plug in our numbers, and we get our answer. So on to the next one. Okay, so this one's from the same test, 2024 State Sprint, but it's problem 5. Emily spelled each word on a 20-word spelling test. She earned 5 points for each word spelled correctly. 3 points were subtracted for each word spelled incorrectly. Emily earned a score of 68. How many words did Emily spell incorrectly? So let's say x is the number of correct words that Emily spelled, and y is the number of incorrect words that Emily spelled. Now, we have to make sure we read the question properly, and the question is asking how many words did Emily spell incorrectly? So let's put a box around y, because that is what we're looking for. Now let's try making some equations using x and y. So let's read the question one more time. So the first sentence says Emily spelled each word on a 20-word spelling test. She spelled every word, and there's 20 total words. So that means x plus y is equal to 20. Now we can read the next sentences. She earned 5 points for each word spelled correctly, and she lost 3 points for every word she spelled incorrectly. So 5x, because for every correct word she gets 5 points, and then for every incorrect word she loses 3 points. So it's minus 3y, and that is equal to 68. Now we will have a video on systems of equations, but just for reference here, when we have something like this, the easiest thing to do is elimination. So we'll multiply the first equation by 3, so we get 3x plus 3y equals 60, and then we have the second equation remaining the same. That's equal to 68. Now here we can add up these equations. On the left we get 8x, and the y's will cancel. On the right we get 60 plus 68, and that's just 128. Now I divide both sides by 8, and we get x equals 16. Now remember, we boxed y because we want to find y, not x. So we can plug x equals 16 into this equation, x plus y equals 20, and we get our final answer of y equals 4. So here we just define our variables, put them into equations. we developed our system of equations and then we just solved it. So far we've done a problem 3 and a problem 5. So that's pretty boring. That's earlier in the test. Now let's get into something a bit more interesting. 7 consecutive odd integers sum to 217. What is the least of the 7 integers? Well, they are asking for the least of the 7 integers. So we could say let x be the least number, least integer. And then we think about what we're going to do next. We're going to think ahead a little bit. We'll get x, and then remember, it's consecutive odd integers. So it'll be x, and then x plus 2, and then x plus 4, up to x plus 12. We add all of those up, set it to 217, and then we'll have to solve that equation. And that's a lot. So let's do something a little different. Scratch that. X be the middle integer. And if it doesn't make sense why we're doing this, you'll notice that you get something really interesting, really cool. So the middle integer is x. And then on the left of that, we get x minus 2. On the right of that, we get x plus 2. And then again on the left, x minus 4 and x plus 4. Then x minus 6 and x plus 6. And just, this is a list, so I'll put commas so it doesn't look like multiplication. Now, if you don't notice what's going on right now, then try adding it up. You'll notice the minus 6 and the plus 6, that's just 0. That doesn't add anything. The minus 4 and plus 4, those cancel. The minus 2 and plus 2, those cancel. And then when we add all of those up, we just get 7x. And we're given that that is equal to 217. So 7x equals 217. Divide both sides by 7. This is a lot simpler than what we would have gotten if we set x to be the least integer. So divide by 7, we get x equals 31. And now we go back to the question. And we notice that the question says, what is the least of the 7 integers? And we have to remember we set x to be the middle one. So we're not looking for x, we're looking for x minus 6. And that is 25. So in this question, we observed something pretty insightful for math counts and AMC competitions. When you have an arithmetic sequence, in this case we did have an arithmetic sequence because it was consecutive odd integers. So it's an arithmetic sequence with common difference 2. And if we have any arithmetic sequence, setting a variable to the middle term can be very helpful because a lot of numbers will cancel and we'll be left with just something in terms of the variable when we add up all of the terms. All right, everybody, that's all for this video. Remember to fill out the recommendation form if you want me to go over any problems. It could be AMC 8, math counts, AMC 10, 12, AME, any of those problems. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We drop every week, so we'll see you next time here at Mathlete's Corner.